Welcome to Cube League Season 6. I'm Persiferous.
I'm Mr. Control.
We just watched Dispersity draft this amazing aggro deck, and now we're about to watch it in action. All right, so looks like mulligans have been resolved. We're going to get a plains from Dispersity. It goes right back to Dr. No. Dr. No is going to give us a mountain and pass. So Dispersity's got a mountain, plains, mountain, soul seer, luminarch aspirant, and a remrock knight, and just got a usher of the fallen. So he's going to play a mountain.
I think he's thinking, which of these creatures do I want to play? And he's probably thinking, how are you in red?
Yeah, so he just went with the remrock knight, and we're going to see a shock from Dr. No, which is, seems right. Seems like a good card to go ahead and get out of the battlefield. And I think Dispersity's thinking, okay, that's good. I just saved my luminarch aspirant. We're going to see turn Timber Symbiosis turn into the land here and come in untapped and pass. So he takes should take 3 life here. Or is that a Crag Crown? That might have been the Crag Crown. Ah, yep. Okay. Sorry guys, Crag Crown. All right, we're gonna watch a Usher of the Fallen come down, and then we're gonna watch a Luminarch Aspirant. And then Dispersity's gonna go to combat, and he's gonna put a +1/+1 counter right there on Usher of the Fallen and pass the turn. We're going to see a Wildborn Preserver get cast at the end of his turn, flashed right in. Draws a land for turn, it looked like.
You know, it's interesting to see how Dr. No is going to navigate through this amazing board presence that Dispersity has already put down.
Yeah, it really is. Looks like we've got a rugged
Do you notice
Highlands.
that Dr. No has the Embercleave?
Yeah, I do. It looks like the other red drafter was at the end of the table. So Scavenge Blade comes down, gets equipped right there onto the Wildborn Preserver. Scavenge Blade gives it +2/+0 and costs a red and 2 colorless to equip. So seems like a pretty decent piece of equipment.
It's, he's definitely trying to establish as the equipment deck. It's interesting to see how he's doing with the white splash.
Looks like we're going to see Soul Seer.
Oh, that is really...
Destroy the blocker, go to combat, put a counter, going to play another mountain, or another land, or his first land, which is a mountain. Then he's going to go to combat. Seems like right
Seems
away.
right.
Aggro
Just
players getting at it. That's a Quartzwood Crasher. That's a big guy.
That is a really big guy.
Yeah. All right. So here is the turn Timber Symbiosis getting played as land, and we'll see if he he plays that tapped. Save that 3 life because you're going to need it playing against Boris aggro. Looks like he's going to pass the turn to Dispersity, and we're going to see what he draws here. So it looks like he drew another mountain. So he doesn't have to face any creatures right now. I think he's thinking to himself like, man, if I could draw a creature, we'd be in a good spot. But I think he's all right.
I think he's all right too. Just us judging by what Dr. No has.
Yeah.
But it's still like, he's dying for one of those big red creatures that he has.
Yeah. So this is an interesting attack. Dispersity's going to attack with the Usher of the Fallen and leave back the Luminarch Aspirant. So he's going to boast also. He's going to create that token. But I wonder why he didn't attack. Is he thinking? I saw that big green guy.
It could be. I think he's also thinking like, I want to show Doctor No that I have removal, and I don't need to maybe tap out in case he does have.
Yeah.
He's saying, hey, look, in case you do run some quick hasties, I got some good guys
There's
here.
that Quartzwood Crasher. That's a big dude.
That
That's
is
a 6/6 for 5 that has trample, and whenever one or more creatures with trample deal combat damage to a player, create an XX green dinosaur creature with trample, where X is the amount of damage those creatures dealt to that player.
Whenever a card has a full box attacks,
Yeah,
that's usually a good signal that it's a good card.
absolutely. So, looks like Dr. No is really drawing a lot of the cards that he wants to see right here. He draws a Rada. Last turn he drew a Demon Bolt. Looks like he's going to cast the Rada. See what's on top. Man, if we had eyes in there, we could see if he's got that land on top or not. But it didn't appear so. He's going to foretell the Demon Bolt. Demon Bolt deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and it has foretell. You can cast it for 1 for its foretell. So, seems like a pretty good removal spell.
Yeah, and the thing is like once he untaps, it's literally just 1 red, kill your dude. Provided the damage is enough, but it's going to.
Oh, you're going to block my creature with trample? Kill it. Kill the thing that it's blocking. Or
And
that's
then
blocking it.
take 6.
And take 6.
And then I'll create a 6/6.
Yeah. Like it seems pretty good. And he's getting in there right now with that Quartzwood Crasher. So we're gonna see the little token knight take it. Dr. No's going to make a 5/5 with trample.
It's interesting. He says, you have your boast guy, I have a 5/5 with trample.
Yeah. He just drew a Savai Triumph, so I'm pretty sure he's going to cycle this away right now. And it looks like he's talking to his teammate. His teammate's probably going, what in the world just happened? How did he get all this? All right, so we just watched him cycle the Savai Triumph.
The Relic Robber seems okay.
Looks like he drew a Relic
I don't
Robber.
know if it's going to be enough.
It's probably not going to be enough. I think that Quartzwood Crasher, if you don't have an answer for that Quartzwood Crasher right now, like that card is going to take things over.
The Quartzwood Crasher is next turn. We're looking at creating a 10/10.
Well, next turn, Rada's going to swing. Rada has first strike when she's attacking. Like when it's during your turn. And she's attacking. So he's also got that Demon Bolt that he's about to dial right up. So he'll get rid of one of the things there that are blocking. He's got Embercleave in his hand. He's looking at the top of his library, see if he... Oh, there's a forest. He's going to look at the top of his library again. Having a Balaged recovery, Embercleave, and a Vorinclex seems pretty good.
I'm trying to see. I believe that he may have lethal damage on board right here. This could be a lethal on attack right here.
I think you're right. So he Demon Bolts the Aspirant.
Because if you equip the Trampler, the 5/5, with the equipment, Embercleave is going to come down also for Well, maybe he was a man short to do both.
Yeah, he couldn't do all of that. That equipment costs 3 mana
To equip.
to equip, and one of those mana is a red. And so right now we're looking at Dispersity saying, okay, I'm going to put this big dude that I've got right here in front of your big dude.
He Ember cleaves the big dude and just wins, right?
So that'll be 10, and then 7, or no, it'll be 5, and then 7 with double strike and
Plus
trample.
the 5/5 and the 3/3.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's like
That
you
looks
just
like
Ember
lethal.
cleave the big guy, and that's game over.
Had to tap his
And I
mana, right?
believe
And he gets the ski.
Dispersity sees the.
All right, so game one was really quick. Looked like Dr. No was really in control there, and wasn't really scared out of the gate.
It
So-
didn't seem that way either.
You know, it seemed like Dispersity fell behind when he started to draw those lands, and those kind of just kept coming. He wasn't able to get a bunch of creatures down really quick, but I think now he's got some information. To play against the Gruul guy, the guy that's got.
I think it
bunch
caught
of
him
removal.
by surprise.
I think so too. I think when he saw that red mana land, he goes.
He's probably scratching his head, thinking, "I don't understand how."
I mean, there was a lot of red.
I mean,
going
there
on.
was a lot.
Somebody
but-
had to soak it up, and it was Dr. No.
Dr. No, and he navigated a solid red green deck,
Yeah,
and it's going to be interesting how Dispersity comes back out of his sideboard to deal with this.
yeah. That red green deck looks really nasty. It really does. He's the one with the Embercleave. Having that Embercleave is a very scary thing to think about.
Plus the 6/6 Trampler.
Yeah, plus the 6/6 Trampler, plus Vorinclex. Like, we didn't even see Vorinclex come out. But Vorinclex is so strong. So strong, especially against a deck that's putting +1/+1 counters on its creatures. Like, it's just, it's like, hey, look at all these things. I mean, the one key card that I could see him pulling in is Revoke Existence. I mean, that's one strong key card that I can see Dispersity pulling in to just kind of say, okay, it's going to get exiled.
He may even bring in the pacifism to stop the Trampler.
I think that would be a key card to pull in to stop that. I think he does have a couple of pieces of removal that can deal with those things. We'll see if he gets them or not. I mean, hopefully he does,
Right.
Hopefully he doesn't just get trampled over and he gets some points for his team. But also, like Dr. No's presenting it. He's saying, you got to deal with me first.
And what a solid red green deck we've seen from
Yeah,
him.
I think this is going to be a really good matchup. I think after sideboards, I think Dispersity needs to try to focus on, okay, I need to be low to the ground and quick. I need to get him pinned down and just go, and draw the cards that I need and not draw a bunch of lands. So here we go. Looks like we're getting ready to get right back into game 2. So game 2 looks like Dispersity's got a Mountain, Plains, a Soul Seer, Shepherd of the Flock, a Seasoned Hallowblade, and a Savai Triumph. And the Seasoned Hallowblade looks like a good blocker all day long.
That it does. He has some good early tempo,
Mhm.
and looks very solid from our point of view to see how he's going to take on this.
Yeah. So we see the Savai Triumph go down. We see Quartzwood Crasher get drawn by Dr. No, and a Rugged Highlands come out. We're going to go to Dispersity with a Mountain, and there's a Seasoned Hallowblade. It's a great card.
It's
It's a 3/1, can gain, what is it, protection or indestructible?
I think it's indestructible.
Yeah, just by discarding a card. Axe Guard Cavalry. Discard a card, tap it. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Yep, that's right. Let's see. We've got a Plains for Dispersity. And he's kind of looking at it going, do I want to cast this Soul Seer? Do I want to cast this this Shatter Skull Charger? Or the Shepherd of the Flock? And it looks like next turn he's going to get to cast Haktos. Which is going
And
to be
Haktos is going to be
interesting.
a wrecking ball for Dr. No if you can't answer it and answer it fast.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I like this line of play. He's going to see if he's willing to trade.
Yep.
And if he's not willing to trade, then he knows he's got free reign to play whatever he wants. If he is willing to trade, maybe, he'll just play one of his removal spells.
Looks like he's going to take the damage and go to 18. We see a Shepherd here get cast. And I think Dispersity is just trying to clog up the board. All right, so looks like we saw a mountain, or no, Scavenged Blade, and a Scavenged Blade seems to be coming out on turn 2 for him pretty consistently. Turn Timber Symbiosis is going to get played for its land, and we're going to see Scavenged Blade get cast on turn 3 again. Put it on
why
the
not?
Axe Guard Cavalry and pass turn.
He's got a good blocker.
Yeah.
Now he's got a blocker for your guy.
Now he's got a blocker. So let's see. Dispersity's going to play that land. Is he going to play Haktos or is he going to play
I think
Kargan?
it's a windmill slam here, right?
I think so too.
Maybe the Batter Skull Charger just to I can't even. I believe.
I mean, there's no reason for him to cast the Shatter Skull Smasher or Charger here. I think get in for the combat damage.
Doesn't Haktos have haste?
No, Haktos doesn't have haste. He has to attack every turn.
Okay.
And here comes Haktos.
Says,
So I believe he's going to roll it as 1-2 is equal to 2, 3-4 is equal to 3, and 5-6 is equal to 6 or equal to 4. So he gets a 6. So Haktos has protection from everything other than converted mana cost
of
4. Yes, and he has to attack each combat if able.
Dr. No has got to find an answer for that Haktos, and he's got to find it soon.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's going to cast a Calamity Bear, which Dispersity just shifted the answer that he's got in his hand up to the top.
It also, I mean...
All right, so we're gonna watch him untap, draw a card. Looks like he just drew Elspeth. I don't think he cast Elspeth.
No,
I think he Soul Seer the giant, get it off the battlefield, swing the team, force him to block something.
He has to block.
Yeah, he has to block something. So he's gonna block the Shepherd. He's gonna take 9.
9?
Yeah, seems pretty big.
Kill your dude, and Dispersity's saying, this is how my deck is supposed to run. Right like this. I am the aggro player here.
Yep. So there's another land for Dr. No. Dr. No's got a real strong question for himself here. Do I land the Quartzwood Crasher and die? Do I cast a Fire Prophecy and maybe kill the?
The problem is none of them say converted mana costs them 4.
Right, and either way, I think either way he's dead here. So
I think he's just trying.
He's trying to find an answer, which is funny because he just played land.
He did.
So he can't cast something with a converted mana cost of 4. He's reading that Haktos again going, We're going to put this to the bottom, this Wildborn Preserver, and we're going to draw an Anax.
And say, well, maybe my opponent will not attack me.
Scoop him up.
Maybe he'll forget the attack.
Yep. All right, so that was game 2 of this match.
That was a very fast game too.
That was a very fast game too. But that was exactly the way that that Boris aggro deck wants to go. I mean, it wants to go fast. It wants to do these things to where, it's I'm going to put these threats out. You have to deal with them right now. It did exactly what I was talking about earlier, where he wants to cast a Haktos on turn 4. He wants to. It has to be there. If it's there, and he rolls the same thing again, and it's got protection or protection from everything other than 4, I think he's almost unstoppable at that point.
It's going to be interesting how Dr. No will sideboard in game 3 now, because he got to see what the aggro portion of this Boros deck can do.
Yeah.
And how fast they can come down.
He got to see it without really seeing it all. He saw a little bit of it the first time around, but he just didn't get to see the Haktos. He didn't get to see the things that he can't deal with. And if Dr. No can't deal with these threats, it's going to be the game. It really is.
And like we said earlier, Dispersity doesn't have just an easy win. We saw Dr. No. Yeah. He put down the Trampler and started going to town. Ember cleaved it. So Dispersity's also got to realize I either going to have to be fast or I'm going to have to figure out a way of stopping these big creatures that are going to be coming.
Yeah, the race is on. I mean, it is the great race of this matchup. Gruul, this Gruul deck wants to be low and just put these giant creatures out, as quick as possible. I think Rada helps with that, but he's got to have those things. It does have the good burn in it, the good removal, but Dispersity's got to be able to, get that Boros deck out and just get it running right away. I think this matchup is a great matchup for us to have on camera, as the first time. So looks like we're getting ready to get into game 3 here. Mulligans have been resolved, and Dr. No is going to be on the play. He's got a Crag Crown Pathway, a Forest, a Rugged Highlands, Bone Crusher Giant, Quartzwood Crasher, and a Mountain. So I think that's a pretty good hand.
It seems like a very good hand for him. Hopefully he's able to curve out and put a little bit of pressure on Dispersity so he can't just run free.
Absolutely. So Dispersity's got a pretty good hand. He's got a Windscarred Crag, a Plains of Plains, and then he's got some red cards. Perforos's Intervention, Shatter Skull Charger, just a bunch of good red things that he wants to cast right away as soon as he can. So Dr. No looks like he's got a Forest. And is that Fenn? That is Fenn the Fangbear. Man, he gets that poison counter out right away and says, "Here you go. Here you go."
He's like, "You might be fast, but I can only have to deal you 10 damage."
Yeah, right. Elspeth Sun's Nemesis is the draw. We're gonna see a Plains come down, and let's see. Ooh, looks like we got the teammate chiming in here. He says you can do this into this. So Kargan Intimidator.
That's a very nice play there. I like the
Kargan Intimidator's got a lot of text on it too. It looks like it makes things warriors and makes things cowards, and cowards can't block warriors, and so cowards can't block warriors. You pay 1, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Kargan Intimidator gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Target creature becomes a coward until end of turn. Target warrior gains trample until end of turn. It seems pretty good.
It's a lot of text.
And it's going to get stomped right away.
Dr. No says, I don't know if I can deal with that card.
I can't deal with it. So he sends the Bone Crusher on an adventure, says, I'm going to get in and deal you 1 damage and 2 poison counters you will get. Oh, we got to love Infect. Gotta love it. He's telling him, hey, make sure you take your damage here. make sure you take that damage.
Because it's not dealing true infect damage.
No, it's not.
It's dealing damage, and then it has a clause that if you were dealt damage by a death touch creature, you're then going to receive poison counters.
Yeah, you're going to get these counters. So Crone War was what he just cast, or what he just drew. So I think that's a pretty good inclusion to have in here. I wonder if that was a sideboard card that he brought in. You know, that card steals a creature, and then
It says, I'm going to steal your 6/6.
Yeah.
Swing at you with him.
yeah,
I'll make my own 6/6.
yeah,
And now I can block him.
yep. So he's going to get a Relic Robber and get in there for some quick damage. And it looks like he's going to create one of these construct tokens. So it has haste. It's 2/2 for 3. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player puts a 0/1 colorless goblin construct artifact creature token with this creature can't block. And at the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 1 damage to you. So there's another clock.
So we definitely have the race here. We have the poison coming against the damage.
There's Rada. Rada's trying to see if we got another land there. Looks like he's going to play the Crag Crown on the red side. He's going to keep that shock up. And he's just going to go ahead and cast it. We're going to shock that. We're going to get in for 2 more poison and another point of damage. 18 to 19. And it looks like Dispersity's got 4 poison right away. So there's Haktos yet again. But he doesn't have the mana to cast him. So we're gonna see him kill the Fen with Perforos's intervention. Dr. No's going to play a land, check the top of his library. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Crashing time after Rada here. So Rada's going to swing, deal 3. And it's time to go Crashing. So
Now Dispersity has...
he's got to draw a land.
He's got to draw it.
And
there it is.
There it is. There's the red land. Here comes the Crone War. First chapter is I'm going to steal this creature. That was the top deck of the century there.
If he doesn't have it there, I don't know if he can win this game.
Yeah. And so gain control of target creature for as long as the Crone War remains on the battlefield. Until your next turn, your opponent's control, or creatures your opponents control, attack each combat if able, and each tapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power as the third. So that's pretty strong. Looks like Calamity Bearer is going to come down, and I'm wondering if he's thinking to himself, man, I should have cast Vorinclex here.
Vorinclex would have been...
Oh, he can't cast Vorinclex. He doesn't have another land. He's missing that land. Vorinclex would have stopped the Crone War from ticking up.
Correct. Like given your he wouldn't even be able to. He would just kept his creature.
Yep.
And that's it.
Well,
he wouldn't have to
I think
attack
if the
into
counter
it.
is already on it, it stays on it. But yeah, it wouldn't go to chapter 2. And it looks like Haktos just came in. Looked like he rolled the same thing again. So Haktos is now able to have protection from everything other than 4. Quartzwood Crasher, I think his teammates telling him that...
Like, you need to attack with this. You need to make tokens.
Yeah, you need to attack, create the token, and we need to get it to chapter 3.
He's saying Dispersity's going to have to attack here.
And I think if that Vorinclex is able to enter now, it won't go to chapter 3. And chapter 3 is where it's going to wipe the board. But doesn't look like he's drawing a land here.
I'm surprised he didn't want to attack with the 6/6.
I'm kind of surprised at that too.
Like, they have to attack, and I understand that, but chapter 3 is going to wipe you out.
And I think he's all right with that anyway. So Dr. No had drawn looks like a Axe Guard Cavalry. Looks like he's also going to cast Mr. Stompy there, Mr. Bone Crusher. So we're going to draw a card. Chapter 3 is going to go off. There's going to be no effect since none of the creatures are tapped now. Looks like he drew a Shepherd of the Flock. Last turn he drew a Torbrand. They're trying to decide, do we cast Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis?
I like just putting creatures down right now. I don't like casting the Elspeth. I like just putting creatures on the board. I understand Elspeth gives you 2/1/1s, but with the way that Dr. No's deck can come off with an Ember Cleave,
right,
can hurt you really quick.
Yeah, it can. And seeing the Elspeth come down and tick down to giving two 1/1 white human soldiers. It also has escape. I don't know that we're going to see it escape in this match. Dr. No is going to take damage from Haktos and then draw a card. He's looking for that land. He's really looking for that land.
So Dr. No, he has got to eliminate the Elspeth now. If he missed the land drop, he's got to eliminate it. Because it's going to give Haktos +2/+1, which is his life total.
I don't think you can target Haktos. Haktos has protection from everything other than 4, right?
Doesn't Elspeth cost 4?
Oh, yeah, everything other than 4. I think that's right.
I believe here you draw, give a warrior, or give one of your humans and Haktos +2/+1 and attack.
Yep, I think you're right.
And say, here, can you stop 8 damage?
And you can't, because Haktos is a 6 on the front, right?
And Dr. No just couldn't get Vormclux down.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. All right, so we just watched game 3 of that match. We watched Dispersity come through and really clean up the table with Haktos. Haktos is an extremely strong card.
It's unbelievable how quick the game can get out of hand.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Dr. No there.
I think Dr. No missing that land drop and missing being able to cast that Vorinclex, I think that Vorinclex would have saved him. Would have saved him big time, and it might even have taken over the game. But, you know, sometimes we don't see those lands come through.
I mean, it's an unfortunate circumstance. That is the way it is.
It sure is.
But
Sure is.
I don't think I don't think Dr. No should ever feel bad about his gameplay. Like he had extremely good outs there. You just need that land to play a couple turns earlier. If you had got that land earlier, down came the Vorinclex, and then it itself would have just started taking over.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Dispersity gets the wins here, and we'll see how he fares up against his next opponent in the next match. He'll be playing G-Dog Buzz. So, again, we hope that you guys enjoy it. We hope that you're excited about this like we are, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Peace.